Finally, how saturated do you think today the chemical sector is for jobs or let's say for internship, especially with the pandemic coming in?
No, again, it's a very subjective answer because again, when
Chemical
since
sector, I mean, let's say oil and gas sector. Let's be a bit more specific.
again, first of all, to be honest, I think there is a new opportunity for oil and gas here. Since you're an oil and gas, since you're an oil and gas enthusiast, right? So even you must have seen that the fuel consumption in petroleum has decreased year by year.
Yeah, and,
Yeah,
and
so
I guess
even you've seen
the
it, right?
renewable fuel, like for example, Exxon is at present working on
On bioalgae
plant-based
fuels.
bioalgae
Yeah,
fuels. They're
definitely.
spending a lot
So
on
even
that.
you must have seen the trend, right? Like
Yeah, even though there hasn't been much success to that.
yeah.
Okay.
So currently it is something that they're working on. I don't know how successful they'll be, but they're taking a lot of future on it. So let's hope that something does come out of it. It's Exxon after all. But yeah, even you must have seen like the fuel consumption for petroleum has gone down year by year. Even the oil companies have seen it. So the recent trend that I have noticed is that these companies are now shifting to, from an oil to fuel segment to an oils to chemical segment. So we see a lot of companies like Reliance, even Shell. I think even Sinopec. I think it's the China's official oil petroleum manufacturer, right? So even they are now investing newer units. Even Aramco and Sebek, even they are shifting their focus from oil to fuel to oil to petrochemicals, wherein
Yeah,
they're manufacturing paraxylene. So that is something that like the industry will then work on because paraxylene is also a very key important ingredient into a lot of chemical manufacturing segments. So these companies even they realize that why make fuel when when petroleum cars are simply being phased out by electric ones, or
especially with Tesla coming into the market,
yeah.
I guess Tesla is slowly
Yeah.
going to enter in a real big way.
I mean, even Ford is going to. I think Ford has a better chance of beating Tesla in this electric motor vehicle race. But let's leave that to
That's
another
up for
topic.
debate.
Yeah. That's up for debate, and I don't exactly want to go into it. But yeah, I think even the oil giants also realize that when you spend too much on fuel and with travel being curbed with these pandemic restrictions, even fuel consumption will be curbed. So even they have shifted their focus and to make it into a oil to petrochemical segment. I think Aramco and Sebek are leading in this design, making
Yeah.
useful chemicals out of these so they can be utilized for other branches. Because we see, in the paint industry, a lot of the ingredients that they use is derived from the oil and petroleum industry. So any fluctuations in oil does definitely affect them.
Sure, and especially, I mean, with this entire work from home system, I guess if you look into the number of transits that people used to make, let's say from one country
Yeah,
to another or one city to another, that has also reduced. So the aviation fuel demand is also, I guess, is going to reduce in the coming sector. So what I think, I know, Arvind, exactly along your line, that slowly the focus from oil and gas is going to shift to crude to petrochemicals because
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
especially with this pandemic, because of syringe making and all of those, you need polymeric chemistry, you need petrochemicals.
Yeah, definitely. So, like the focus will then be completely shifting from utilizing it for just simply energy to, making it into, I think paraxylene is, again, I think I've spoken a lot about it, but so yeah, it is generally a lot of chemicals are derived from paraxylene. To name a certain few, I think it would be TPA, terephthalic acid, would be one of them,
DPA,
even DMT as
DPA,
well,
DPA.
dimethyl pentathiacylate or something like that. So these chemicals are also used a lot in the industry. So even the oil giants have realized this and are focusing their product lines to this as well. And
That's
also
right.
when it comes into the oil and gas relevance into energy, because of the pandemic, I think the solar sector has gotten a very big boost. We see companies like Adani, we see companies like even Reliance venturing into solar. And recently, I've also heard about articles where NextEra and Enel Green Power, I think even they're there. Even they're taking on titans like ExxonMobil and Shell in matters of energy as well. So you don't exactly see this 10 years ago, 10 years ago, no. But currently, you do see a lot of solar giants being made, even with GE making a lot of, what would I say, giant gains in solar. I think they have a lot of wind farms in Vadodara as well. So yeah, we see like with when it comes into the oil and gas sector, it will like to some extent lose its relevance in the coming years. As in before like
Oil and gas in the sector of, let's say, fueling sector, it is going to
yeah,
lose
fuel
its
sector it
relevance.
will be
But the
reducing, but
petrochemicals, it is
the
going to have
petrochemicals market will be getting a big boost,
fine.
definitely.
So all the chemical engineers work more towards petrochemicals. Okay, chances of you earning money is more there. Okay, so with that, I'm pretty sure we are left with a bit more, many more questions, and Alvin, I would have someday loved to also know as to the hiring process at Reliance, the placement process. I think that's pretty straightforward. Like
Yeah.
OT, then GD, then interview, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's very much along the technical lines.
Mm.
So anyway, so I guess am I right on that, Arvind?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and again those basic technical questions they ask in Reliance, I guess. Yeah. So surely we can go on with this discussion as long as we can, but I guess we have over exceeded the time also. So thank you, Arvind and Soumya. It was a real fun and lot of learning from this interview. I learned a lot. I'm pretty sure the viewers will also learn a lot from this interview. Thank you so much for making this session so fun, so much of laughter. One more thing that I'll take away from this interview is Arvind's attitude, especially while he is filling up on the recruitment and going for a job. We all should adapt
It
that
does
kind.
not matter if they want a master's degree. I'm still applying for it no matter.
Yeah. So just this chill bill attitude, I guess we all should adopt. And Soumya, thank you so much. You just lighten up the entire interview
Oh,
session. Thank
thank
you
you.
so
You
much.
didn't let me answer the last question, did you?
Oh, okay. Yeah, please go on. Please go on. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please.
Uh, it's okay. It's okay.
No, please. I don't want you to leave the interview unsatisfied, so feeling कि अरे
I
3
I'm not ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
No, no,
But
no, no.
yeah, I think Arvind like kind of overshadowed everything because of his like immense knowledge and the amount of things that he's kept up with in the chemical industry. While I'm just like, oh, मेरे को तो बस team चाहिए, मेरे को management करना है.
That is also a very valid answer, I must say. Again, that is something that definitely students want and down
Yeah,
the line.
because like personally, I'm not that into chemical sector or into the chemical politics. I'm just like मेरे को बस मैनेजमेंट करना है, logistics संभालना है, inventory handle करना है, बस चलता है. So coming to your question, what I would suggest to freshers and to anyone who's in college, just try to make an holistic profile of yourself and try to, explore as many things as you can, during your college years, because that is when you realize what you really want to do. I came with the mindset that I want to place into a company with at least 12 lakhs per annum ka package, and I want to get into Reliance or I want to get into Shell, and मेरे को और कोई company नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को सिर्फ बड़ी बड़ी companies चाहिए. And with that mindset, and it was pretty like it was baseless because I didn't know about how the chemical sector works or how recruitments happen. I was just like पैसे चाहिए, अच्छी कंपनी में चाहिए काम, बस खत्म. So, and throughout the 4 years, my whole point of view has changed into how you can actually research and strategize your recruitment process, and how you can create more career opportunities for yourself, and what you can explore. And there's literally so much to explore even when you're just a BTech graduate. So, coming from that point of view, I would say go into as many clubs as you can and go into, participate in as many events as you can in the fests or in any event that is being organized in your club or in your college, and just explore about what your weaknesses are, what your strengths are, how you can improve yourself in general. And coming to the recruitment process, the recruitment process in India can never be as good as or as as an American recruitment process because of the amount of engineering graduates that are released every single year. Because the demand and the supply do not match at all. Because there is not much demand as too much supply. So there will always be people, there'll always be companies coming for campus placements. There'll always be, that placement season ka stress for at least like 5 to 10 years because our population is not deteriorating, it's only increasing, and the job opportunities considering the COVID scenario वो भी इतने बढ़ने नहीं वाले हैं. So there's always going to be competition between the graduates for
इतना बढ़ने नहीं वाला है in the oil and gas sector, you're saying?
yeah, in oil and gas and in like any chemical sector in general, because like Arvind mentioned, the oil and gas opportunities are decreasing. But also there can be a boom in the renewable energy wala sector, or there can be solar energy wala sector. There can be, a bit more openings, but they would always look for people with a bit more experience and with a bit of like that experience of handling a chemical industry. They wouldn't exactly look for interns. I mean, but there can be, I think, I'm not really sure because I haven't done that much research into the sector, but I can say that yeah, there can be a few opportunities in the renewable sector, but not in the oil sector.
in the coming time.
Yeah, in the coming time.
Okay, so that's quite a lot to take away from this interview. Okay, so thank you to two of you. Why did I include myself? Yeah, Arvind and Soumya for I had a real good afternoon chat today. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
same again. We just had
Same
fun
here.
talking to you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can you just do one last thing for us? Can you just look into the screen and say that please subscribe to Oilgasm? We will be
Oh,
very happy.
Please subscribe for Oilgasm and press the bell button as well.
Yeah,
It
the
should
bell
be
icon.
the bell icon, the bell icon, the bell icon. Yes.
Uh, Hi, we really hope that you enjoyed this interview with Soumya and Arvind. I hope it was informative. You got some ideas to how you can get placed in BSF, RIL, or Suez, and what are the things that you need to keep in mind. Now, here is a small request to all of you. Please do subscribe to our channel. Do like and share our video with as many people as you know, with your friends, with your families, or whosoever is interested into working in the energy sectors. So with that, I'll see you in the next episode of Oil Placements and probably in some other projects too. See you.